What if the most luxurious escape you'll ever experience isn't lined with Gucci stores or packed with five-star itineraries, but instead hidden behind hours of pothole-riddled roads, wild jungle landscapes, and a coastline where solitude reigns? I set out to find Mexico's so-called happy coast, a place the ultra-wealthy quietly retreat to, and by the time I left, I realized this secluded corner might just be one of the last truly untouched gems in global luxury travel. Why Mexico's Costa Liger is becoming the world's most exclusive seaside sanctuary. One boarded a flight to Mexico. I wasn't chasing tequila-fueled parties in Cancun or the Instagram-perfect beaches of Tulum. Instead, I was headed for Costa Liger, a stretch of coastline so under the radar. Not a single person I told had heard of it. Known quietly among the elite as the Happy Coast, this remote Pacific paradise is earning a reputation not through flashy fame, but through whispered recommendations, hushed luxury, and the kind of serenity that money alone can't buy. But getting there, that's another story. After touching down in Puerto Vallarta, I found myself forking over an unexpected $300 at the rental car desk, then embarking on a 3-hour journey down pothole-laced roads and winding jungle highways. With every bump, I questioned whether the trip was worth it. My throat burned from wildfire smoke nearby. My stomach turned with every curve, and yet, something told me to keep going. What I discovered was a 200-mile stretch of contrasts, seaside villages clinging to tradition alongside sprawling private estates where billionaires vacation in silence. This is Costa Liger, a region nestled between Puerto Vallarta and Manzanillo that has quietly become a sanctuary for those seeking peace, privacy, and pristine beauty. A playground for the discreetly wealthy. This rugged slice of Mexico has attracted bold-faced names for decades. Mick Jagger, Bill Gates, Heidi Klum, and Cindy Crawford have all vacationed here. But unlike Cabo or Cancun, you won't find mega resorts or designer shops. Instead, you'll find luxury that whispers rather than shouts. Private villas perched on cliffs, secluded beaches that stretch for miles without a single footprint, and resorts so low-key that even travel insiders might miss them. It all began in 1968, when Italian banker Gianfranco Brignone flew over the coast in a Cessna and fell in love with the untouched beauty. He bought 13,000 acres on the spot and began building what would become Cary's, a vibrant, artistic community that blends Mediterranean flair with Mexican spirit. Today, Cary spans 35,000 acres and includes 46 extravagant villas, 40 casitas, and a biosphere reserve. But Cary's is just the beginning. A few decades later, financier James Goldsmith constructed Quixmala, an opulent resort set on a private nature reserve. Then came Las Alamandas, a jewel box of a hotel with just 18 suites on 2,000 acres of tropical wilderness. In recent years, the Four Seasons, Tamarindo joined the scene, building a resort so mindful of its surroundings that only 2% of its 3,000 acres are developed, with a hard cap at 3%. Las Rosadas, a collection of beachside casitas and villas, offered perhaps my most intimate glimpse into the region's charm. I spent afternoons sipping fresh margaritas with locals, wandering untouched beaches in complete solitude, and watching the sun set over the Pacific with nothing but ocean breeze in my ears. Luxury, redefinition. What struck me most during my week in Costa Liger wasn't just the opulence, it was the redefinition of what luxury means. Here, extravagance isn't found in glitzy nightlife or over-the-top service. It's found in the simplicity of a private yoga class where waves crash nearby. It's in the way a concierge texts you pastries in the morning, or how your infinity pool melts into a horizon of uninterrupted jungle. You won't find Versace boutiques or crowded poolside parties. You'll find space, physical and mental. I met full-time residents who've lived here for decades and still marvel at the emptiness of their beaches. Even after 30 years, one woman told me over margaritas, "I can't believe I'm alone in this beautiful place." Not for everyone. That solitude, of course, is by design, and not everyone wants it. As Kim Kessler, a Cary's resident and PR executive, put it, if you want Chanel and Gucci, you won't find that here. Instead, Costa Liger attracts a more understated kind of traveler, those who appreciate privacy, natural beauty, and the absence of crowds more than shopping malls and selfie spots. Even the region's tourism growth is being handled with restraint. Each resort I visited had strict development limits. Los Alamandas is planning to add more residences, but Isabel Goldsmith, daughter of James and owner of the resort, emphasized keeping the land as untouched as possible. Carries has committed to developing no more than 7% of its property. The other side of Costa Alegre, while most visitors stick to the exclusive enclaves, nearby towns like Malac and Barra de Navidad offer a more local, lively experience. Here, karaoke bars, street vendors, and beachgoers replace high-end solitude. These towns are cherished by snowbirds and regional tourists, but remain off the radar for the jet-set crowd. Still, their proximity adds depth to the experience. I could spend a morning in solitude, then hop over for an authentic taco and people watching among locals by sunset. It reminded me that Costa Liger isn't just about wealth, it's about balance. Leaving Changitas, I returned to the chaos of Puerto Vallarta's airport. I realized something had shifted. My stress had evaporated, my anxiety replaced by something simpler and more profound: peace. It wasn't just the 5-star accommodations or the curated experiences. It was the feeling of walking barefoot on an empty beach with no plans, no noise, and no schedule. It was seeing that luxury, when stripped of excess, can feel deeply human. Costa Liger may be hard to reach, but that's exactly what keeps it magical. And while its quiet allure might not stay a secret forever, for now, it remains a place where time slows down, nature takes the spotlight, and happiness feels surprisingly easy to find. If you ever get the chance to visit, don't expect the typical luxury vacation. Expect something better.